Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Entertainment News Break. We're your hosts. I'm Brandon.
And I'm Lindsay. Today we have some exciting new movies coming to theaters and some of our favorite movies and television shows coming to Netflix later this month. Up
first, we have the critically acclaimed movie, The Birth of a Nation. Based on a true story, The Birth of a Nation is a drama about Nat Turner, a literate slave and preacher in the South in 1831. Nat's financially strained owner, Samuel Turner, accepts an offer to use Nat's preaching to subdue unruly slaves. After witnessing countless atrocities against himself and his fellow slaves, Nat orchestrates an uprising in the hopes to lead his people to freedom. Starring Nate Parker and Armie Hammer, this film is sure to be in the running for some Oscars next year. Catch this film in theaters on October 7th. Let's take a look at the trailer.
Next, we have the psychological thriller The Girl on the Train, based on the book by Paula Hawkins. The Girl on the Train follows the story of Rachel Watson's life post-divorce. Watson is forced to commute to work by train passing her old home where her ex-husband has a new wife and child. Watson then turns her attention to a nearby neighbor's house and creates a story of their perfect life. But on one particular day, she sees something she can't forget. The next day, Rachel has no recollection of what happened the night before she wakes up, with bruises and a hangover. She soon finds out there's a missing woman who just so happens to be the same woman Rachel made a dream life for in her head. Emily Blunt and Justin Theroux star in this psychological thriller that comes to theaters October 7th. Let's take a look at the trailer.
We have a few popular movies coming to Netflix this week. On October 1st, you'll be able to stream the 1961 classic Breakfast at Tiffany's. Also on October 1st, every girl's favorite Leonardo DiCaprio movie is coming to Netflix, the 1997 film Titanic. And finally, to add to your funny bone, Netflix is bringing the 2004 movie Barbershop 2 back in business to the site as well.
October is a big month for TV show fans on Netflix. Streaming as of October 5th, the 5th season of American Horror Story Hotel to viewers. So if you're behind now, your time to catch up and move on to the amazing and exciting new season. No, also on October 4th, you can catch up on the CW's second season of The Flash. Another CW favorite, Arrow, will be streaming its fourth season to viewers as of October 6th. Be sure to binge watch these popular titles on Netflix this upcoming week, just in time for the new seasons.
Coming up, we have Mike with a discussion about the rise of social media stars.
Stay tuned.
Hey guys, I'm here with our producers, Mercedes and Alexa, and we're going to be talking about the rise of social media stars, like from YouTube, all that good stuff. So, how do you think this became a actual career option for some people?
I remember being like 10 years old and discovering YouTube. Probably back in YouTube was created in 2005, right? Or something like that. And I remember watching a bunch of different stars that have become actual celebrities through this. So I think a lot of people are starting off with YouTube to take the rise to fame. There's a lot of different people out there, you know?
Yeah.
I remember the first YouTube star I watched was Fred when I was in middle school.
Me too.
And he sort of started it. Him and Niga Higa was still really popular back then. I didn't watch him.
And Shane Dawson.
Yeah.
He was one of my first. Smosh. They were
Yeah.
all big ones. I remember looking back and I never understood why I found Fred funny.
Oh, no.
That voice is...
I think it's also interesting seeing how the quality has changed of what is being produced on YouTube. YouTube was originally created for cat videos and sharing videos with your friends.
Yeah.
But now it's literally this entire career, and people are making movies and books, and they're becoming singers and everything.
Yeah. Ones I connected with not more recently, a few years back, was the Holy Trinity. We got Grace Helbig, Hannah Hart, Mamrie Hart. They just I've seen almost every single one of their videos. They're my favorites.
I've enjoyed Hannah Hart a lot. I didn't really discover her until recently because she had been dating Ingrid Nielsen. Yeah. And I love her videos. They're just a bunch of beauty and also just hairstyling, just so much aesthetic.
Yeah, I don't watch those.
You know.
I mean, can't you tell?
You're beautiful.
Thank you.
I do remember watching Hannah whenever she first started, way back when. I'm not really into her videos as much anymore. You know, like there's a point in like people's careers where like they sort of change what they're doing. Like that's totally cool.
Yeah.
You know, I don't enjoy her videos as much as what they used to be, but I definitely remember like whenever she was still living in New York and she first started, you know, and then you know, she moved to California and her, Grace and Mamrie started making videos all the time.
Yeah, and I know some people say like, oh, this is the easy way to get fame or whatever, but from what I understand, they do everything. They produce it, direct it, edit it, film it, write it, all that stuff. So I'm guessing you guys don't think the same, like that they're like lazy or not hardworking.
Not at all. I mean, I always thought it was a good idea to start a YouTube channel. Just, it is a lot of work.
Yeah, I remember I tried to start it and I couldn't. I started with lyric videos. They're great.
Yeah, I'd really like to start one. I just, even as a hobby, I just think it's really cool. But starting out is the hardest part, you know, because like a lot of the stars now, they have enough money to hire people to edit their videos. Yeah. You know, but starting out and running everything by yourself. Yeah. I think it's really amazing that people can get that huge just from some silly videos on the internet and have an entire fan base and become famous. And
I think it was a little easier for them because they're kind of like the starters. Like now, if you try to start one now, people are gonna say, "Oh, you're copying this person," and there's not really. It's hard to like get an original idea. Or if you think it's an original idea, someone's probably already done it. Yeah. And I'm just happy that the actual talented people are getting more famous now. Like with the YouTube stars, like Grace, Hannah, and Mamie just made their second movie. Third. Well, oh yeah, Alexis Woman and Dino Girl.
Yeah, that was it. And they had
Dirty 30. And yeah, the third movie. And I didn't see the newest one yet, but I plan on it. And I didn't see Electric Woman and Dino Woman yet, but I am planning on it.
I don't know if I'd be interested in the Electric Woman.
Really?
Girl.
No superhero movie?
I don't know.
No?
I don't know, but I think I've seen a lot on the internet of Dirty 30, and I think it looks really good. Yeah. Yeah, it does look really funny.
Yeah, the celebration of the milestone of 30th birthday, and how you just go downhill from there. Yeah. I guess. I don't know. I'm 21, so. And that's all we have now. We will take a short commercial break, and when we come back, we have Taylor and Brandon with more news and television.
Welcome back. We have some exciting season premieres and series premieres coming your way. After a team of criminals steal a time machine to go back in time to rewrite history as we know it, the Department of Homeland Security recruits a team consisting of an anthropologist, a pilot, and a sergeant. What's the motivation behind the group of criminals changing the past? Is there a bigger picture they're after? Find out if this unlikely trio can foil the plots of this mysterious group of criminals on Monday, October 3rd on NBC. Let's take a look at the trailer.
Frequency follows a police detective in 2016, discovers that she is able to speak via ham radio with her estranged father, Frank Sullivan, a detective who died in 1996, and the two must work together to change the history of tragic events to come while also getting the chance to heal their complicated relationship. You can see how this story unfolds on October 5th on CW.
In the third season premiere of The Flash, Barry must decide whether to live as Barry Allen or to return to his universe as the Flash. Meanwhile, the Reverse Flash taunts Kid Flash and warns of repercussions if Barry continues to forget his old life. Find out how this all plays out on Tuesday, October 4th on the CW.
Conviction follows the young attorney Hayes Morrison, who is also the daughter of a former U.S. president. Morrison is blackmailed to head up New York City's new Conviction Integrity Unit, where she and her team investigate cases where people may have been wrongly convicted. You can catch this series premiere on Monday, October 3rd on ABC. Let's check out the trailer.
Following the death and departure of various members of Team Arrow, the Season 5 premiere of Arrow sees Oliver taking the streets of Star City to protect the citizens as the Green Arrow. Be sure to watch Arrows Wednesdays on the CW starting October 5th.
That's all we have for now on television. Up next, we have your host Mike with another group discussion involving our obsession with celebrity lives.
Hey guys, I'm here again with Mercedes and Tyrone, and we're going to talk about people's obsessions with celebrity lives. So first off, do you guys follow celebrities on like Twitter, Instagram, all that fun stuff?
I don't really follow any on Twitter. I don't use Twitter.
Oh, no.
The only one that doesn't use Twitter. But I do follow some celebrities on Instagram. I follow some YouTube stars, Dan and Phil, and then I follow Troye Sivan. You know, he does music too. I follow, who is it? Kate Manning. She was in like The L Word on Showtime. Lesbian drama from the early 2000s.
Must be why I haven't watched it.
Yeah. Yeah. I follow some.
Yeah, what about you, Tyrone?
Yeah, I do. I follow like a lot of like people that just like that inspire me. Like I follow like people like Chris Brown, 2 Chainz, like people I listen to, people
Yeah.
that get like most I follow like I like how like they got the fashion, they got like fashion they get a lot of new things that we don't get and they put it together a lot. So I'll go on there just to see what like they wearing and stuff, just to see what, like the new things that's coming out. Because sometimes they'll post it before it actually goes up. So.
Yeah, there are some people that are like very invested in celebrities' lives that like cry when they break up with someone or something. Are you guys like that? Because I'm not.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think it only gets that bad is when it's like they're like in love with them. And you know how like they be like writing 1,000 letters and trying to go find out where they live.
Like this past week, the Brangelina.
Yeah, that's
like that.
Yeah,
that was on everybody's mind.
Yeah.
And do you have any thoughts?
I'm sort of in a middle ground.
Yeah.
I've been pretty invested in celebrity lives since I was a little kid. You know, sort of dreaming of that wonderful, cool lifestyle. These people that you look up to, sort of.
Yeah.
So it really depends on the celebrity and how invested I am. Like Tegan and Sarah, they're like Canadian singers.
Yeah.
Recently, they've changed their career style, and it broke my heart. I cried.
Really?
I cried because I hated their new album.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, so I think it really depends on the celebrity
like how
and
invested you are and how long you've been following them.
Yeah, I was following them for several years.
Yeah.
And then they did a complete 180, and it broke my little heart. So.
Yeah. And do you guys think like this news, like celebrity news, distracts from like big news that like actual news that people would say?
I would say that because a lot of things like a lot of times things that happen with celebrities is like it just overtakes like everything because they're a celebrity, they're such in the media eye, and it's like every time I feel like something happened with Kim Kardashian, the whole world knows about it.
Yeah.
Every time Chris Brown would hit somebody, the whole world would know about it. You know, or a rapper, one of the rappers, you find someone in their house, the whole world would know about it. So I think it is, and I don't know. I mean, I guess it's just because like they're celebrities, like you want to know. You know, so
Yeah.
it is.
Like there's terrible things happening in the world that a lot of people don't know about.
Yeah.
But everybody's focused on Kendall Jenner showing her underboob the other day.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, and
And
Kylie
there's-
Jenner's new lip kit.
Yes.
Yeah.
And there's literally, you know, there's all the stuff happening in Syria, and then there's all the presidential debates that everybody's freaking out over. And there's just so much.
Yeah.
But people, you know, I feel like the media makes it a distraction
It does.
to you know, lighten
the mood
the
a little
terrible
bit.
things that are happening.
Yeah. Well, that's all we have right now. We'll take another break and come back to you with this week's box office top 5 and upcoming movies and television coming later this year.
Hey guys, I'm Tiffany with this week's box office top 5. Coming to you at number 5 is the political thriller Snowden. Snowden is played by Joseph Gordon-Levitt, who has so much intelligence and is also one of the top private contractors, decides to leave his job at the NSA. Ever since his leaving, he has exposed illegal surveillance techniques out to the press and is now one of the most wanted top men in the world. To some people, Snowden is a hero. To others, this man is a traitor. Catch this thriller and decide for yourself. At number 4 is the movie everyone can get a laugh at. It's Bridget Jones' Baby. Bridget, who is a news producer, decided she would focus on her career way more since her breakup with her boo Colin. But suddenly her love life has risen again when she meets another good-looking man. Things were looking great for Bridget until she finds out she's pregnant. Now the real question is, who's the baby daddy? Here at number 3 is the biography of the man Sully. Sully, who is an airplane pilot, became a national hero after making an emergency by landing his plane in the Hudson River in New York. This hero has saved hundreds of passengers and the crew members as well. With all the fame he was getting, it quickly ended by getting investigated, which could possibly end his career. Where do babies come from? Storks, of course, or they used to, and this is our succeeding animated comedy movie at number 2. Storks used to deliver babies, but now their new job is to bring in packages to customers from an online store. Until one stork made an accident and starts up the baby-making machine. Now with a baby made by the stork, its mission is to bring the baby to its family before the stork's boss finds out. Will the stork achieve this mission and bring the baby home safely? Watch this movie and see the trip that could maybe reveal the stork's true existence and have them delivering babies again. Leading with $34.7 million is your crime-fighting #1 movie at the box office, The Magnificent Seven. This movie, which is a remake of the old 1960 film, shows a village that is against some thieves, decide to go look for help, and comes across a bounty hunter played by Denzel Washington, who goes by the name Sam Chisholm. Chisholm then comes up with gathering a ruthless group of gangsters to go and fight these thieves off. That's it this week with our box office top 5. Up next, we have Mike with a discussion on films and television coming later this year.
Welcome back. I'm here with Brandon and Regis, and we're going to talk about any movies or television shows we are excited for. So, what are you guys looking forward to in the next couple months of the year?
I'm looking for, well, the thing is, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them is coming out at the end of the year, and it's like, I love Harry Potter. It's part of my generation. It's I grew up with the books and all that, and I like the films and the cast. But to me, I'm like, is the series just kind of spinning its wheels at this point? But to be fair, Cursed Child was well received in its theatrical debut. But it's like, I don't know, and they're just like, it's a prequel set so many years went back. So who knows? But it might be good. Yeah. JK,
from the trailers, it looks great.
Okay, because I know JK's probably gonna oversee everything.
Yeah. What about you, Regis?
I'm looking forward to that new Star Wars movie.
Oh, Star Wars Rogue One?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it takes place between the episode 3 and 4, if I'm correct.
So, yeah, I'm really excited to see what new things they're gonna bring to the table, and see if they can make a different kind of Star Wars movie, which it looks like it's gonna be already. Yeah. Any TV shows at all?
Not really. I'm looking forward to catching up on Wayward Pines, which aired its second season recently, and I've heard sort of mixed things about it, but that's always a show that interested me. M. Night Shyamalan's name is all over it, but really he just kind of directed the first episode, sort of.
Yeah, I think that's why I strayed away from Wayward Pines, because I really hate M. Night Shyamalan.
And that's the thing. He's not really a part of it, kind of.
Yeah.
He's just kind of a producer, but thankfully it's other people doing it. So yeah.
Who about you?
Looking forward to the new Luke Cage. I'm pretty sure it comes out tomorrow, actually.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. I don't know too much about Luke Cage, but from the trailers it looks very good.
Yeah, what Marvel's doing is they already got Daredevil, Jessica Jones.
Yeah.
Luke Cage is up next, and I think it's Iron Fist, and they're gonna try and bring them all together in the Defender series.
Yeah. That's interesting. I'm really excited for How to Get Away with Murder that aired. That's premiered last week. I'm very excited. And Shameless premieres this week. I'm very excited for that because that's one of my favorite shows. And have you guys ever heard of Shameless?
I've heard of it, but I don't know. I can't say I knew too much about it.
It's very good. I highly recommend it. First 6 seasons are on Netflix.
Okay.
It's a great watch.
I'm looking forward to Doctor Strange with Benedict Cumberbatch.
Doctor Strange.
That casting is partially what's making me excited for it. I'm not sure how the movie's going to be. I don't know too much about Strange himself, but besides he's just warping reality and stuff.
Yeah, I hear they're going to try and make it so it's not connected. I mean, it is connected to the other Marvel movies, but they're going to try and make it it's not.
Yeah.
Do something a little different.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm really excited for those. Well, that's all we have right now. We'll be right back in a few minutes. Hey guys, I'm Mike with this week's hottest announcements in the industry. Last week it was announced that Modern Family will be continuing what its title promotes, that modern lifestyle and family values. The iconic family comedy featured its first transgender child actor this season. The show took this wonderful opportunity as a teaching moment for the plotline, but also for families around the country. We are not yet sure if Tom will be a recurring character, but we do know that this episode will teach families all over the country about love and acceptance. The episode of Stereotypical Days featuring Tom aired last Wednesday, but if you missed it, check it out again during reruns. Last Wednesday, it was announced that Gavin Rossdale, former husband of Gwen Stefani, will be taking some career pointers from her as he joins The Voice UK. Stefania was a former coach on The Voice in America. Rosedale announced on Twitter that he was thrilled to be joining The Voice UK and that he can't wait for Team Gavin to be flying the flag for British rock music. It was also announced Wednesday that Thomas Gibson will definitely be leaving Criminal Minds this season. Thomas Gibson was fired from the show after allegedly getting into a physical altercation with writer and producer Virgil Williams. Although Gibson has his own side to the story, despite who is right, he will not be returning. Although the show is not entirely sure how they'll handle his departure, fans can be prepared to see him leave soon. Wednesday was definitely the day for announcements last week. Walt Disney Studios announced that they will be teaming up with director Jon Favreau to create the live-action version of Disney's The Lion King. The live-action film is said to include music from the original animated film. Although the live-action version of the film has no set release date, we can be prepared for the film within the next year or two. Well guys, that's all we have this week for exciting announcements in the industry. Up next we have myself with another discussion panel. I'm Mike, see you next week. And I am back again with another discussion with Brandon and Taylor, and this time we're going to discuss comparison between books and movies and the adaptions. So, my first question is there any movie that you think didn't do the book justice at all?
Yes. Well, I think that Disney, with a lot of their reimaginings of their stories into live actions, is sort of doing justice by having like different directors that, well, they make different films, they still capture a lot of the spirit of the original stories. I did not like Tim Burton's reimaginings of like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory and Alice in Wonderland, mostly because, I mean, Tim Burton's a visionary in terms of actually creating great visuals. Yeah. But in terms of storylines, I felt that it took away from a lot of the points of those stories. Like the morals. Like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory was, you know, just about being good and to yourself. And the Tim Burton movie was like, Willy Wonka makes up with his dad. And I don't know what was going on there, but
it was kind of messed up a little bit. What about you?
To me, well, I think the books I usually read, the movie does it justice. Like, I think my favorite book and in the movie had to be Twilight, because I was just into the vampires. And I just think, you know, the book does tell more detail than the movie, because the movie can't do all the stuff the book says, but yes, I like that thing.
And any major differences you've seen in movies from books? Like, I know in the first Harry Potter movie, they cut out this whole complete scene that like made Hermione Granger like do the smart one, even though the movie showed her as smart, but this one part in the book was like her time to shine. Right. And they completely cut it out of the movie.
Another thing, I mean, just Harry Potter in general, the films, is that Ron is played up in the films as the comic foil, and he is in the books, but a large part of his character is he's the only wizard that has wizard parents. Yes. While Hermione and Harry come from, you know, human parents. Yeah. So yeah, like that's one of the major differences, and to me, they kind of left out a lot of what took a little dimension out of Ron in my opinion. But Rupert Griffin's was still excellent.
Yeah, he was very good. Any big differences in the books you've read to the movies?
None that can come to my mind. No? Yeah.
And I remember I watched Silver Linings Playbook, and that was based off a book. Oh, okay. And it was like almost completely different towards the end. Like in the movie, they were dancing to like in a competition. In the book, it was like for a charity. Right. So it changed a little bit in the characters. At the end, I didn't like that much. Yes. But I saw the movie first and then read the book. So
it's always good to do first.
Yeah. Would you rather watch maybe a TV show or something that like expanded the universe to like, not expanded the universe, but like stayed true to the books more? Like in my opinion, Harry Potter would have been the great 7-season series. Right. Every chapter is an episode. Right. Yeah. I feel like that would have been great.
Okay. Yeah. I feel that, well, there's certain shows like, I mean, this is more just directed at kids, but I'd really like to see an Animorphs TV show give that book. Oh, I remember those. But that's just me.
Yeah. All right, that's all we have for you this week on Entertainment News Break. I'm Mike, and we'll see you next week.